And welcome to the tour of the Sunflower House. It's our micro cabin that we built from a shed that was here. It was a tool shop for the previous owner and workshop for the previous owner, and we decided to adapt it to a micro cabin. As we're using it now as a bunk room and just a place for people to stay when they come out to visit. My daughter claimed this when we were looking at it, and that's what gave us the entire idea to turn this into a spare bedroom, bunk room, place for somebody to stay. And it took a little while to do it. My daughter made all the decisions about colors, decorations. She made the final decisions about the layout. I just did the grunt work. We call it the Sunflower House because there is a recurring sunflower theme, and my wife got that big sunflower free along with something else that she had picked up. So let's go in and take a look. This door is new. The original door is just a plain solid steel door, more like a commercial door. So we replaced it with this one with lights. That's one of the things my wife insisted on, was a new door. We'll come inside so that we don't have so much sun coming out. And we'll come around and start from the left. This is the left as you walk in the door, facing south, generally south. Got a small desk in the corner that we found on Facebook Marketplace is perfect width for what we wanted. Then we come over to the kitchen counter. We have our water is just set in a jug with a spout on it, and that works great. It's a round bar sink. Got off Amazon for about 35 bucks. And then we built shelves in the corner. We picked a white base with natural wood top motif for all of our shelves and cabinets and stuff in here. Lindsay thought that would look good, and we agree it looks great. Lindsay picked out the refrigerator and microwave. That is just a Coleman single burner butane stove. It's very easy to use. This is a very well ventilated. These jalousie windows are great for ventilation. In fact, we usually keep, even in the winter, we keep that window open to make sure we don't get things too wet in here. We need to keep it open to keep the moisture out. And brand new coffee pot. And then we have, of course, the rest of the cabinets, and I'll show those. The rest of the cabinets are covered by a sunflower curtain, and I'll pull them back. We designed this so we could move the curtains all the way back over the microwave and refrigerator so we can get to everything else. So down here is where we keep our gray water bottle and extra water, dish soap, and we have some things stored in the back. There's room behind there, a good bit of room behind there. Down below is the case for the stove, which is where it lives most of the time. And then we mounted some tension rods in on both sides for washcloths and towels, both for people and for dishes. Then over here is storage. The top is plates and flatware and measuring stuff and some extras there. And the next two are for just miscellaneous storage. The bottom is primarily intended for backpack or small suitcase or a place to store that for Lindsay when she comes out, or our other guests. And then we move around to, this is the wall where the door is. We have 3 windows in here, all have jalousie windows. And we have where we store our heater and our broom on the side of this cabinet. We built this with the intention of being able to modify it for full-time living if it was necessary in the future. So you could add running water, an RV pump, and another water container for, and even they have little gas camper water heaters if you wanted to for water at the sink. It's not necessary for us right now, so we don't, but you could do that, and it would be pretty easy to do. This cabinet right now is for my wife's trombone storage, but this could easily be modified into a pantry that would hold actually a pretty good bit of food. I built this cabinet from scratch, mostly from extra wood that I already had. I had to buy a couple boards, and that was in the hardware. but none of that was very expensive, and mounted it solidly to the wall and left the trim, let it sit flat against the wall, and just put the trim in around it after I did it. Then we come back around to the door, and then above the door is a little area where we'll put some wall decorations, and that's one of the things we still have to do here. And then as we come around the other side of the door, we have an area that has a storage platform above, and I built this. This was all open space, so I built a partition of the platform, and again paneled it in Luan plywood, and then we just used whatever trim we had to do to cover up the edges of where the plywood was cut. Here is our half bath, and the lights work off of a remote control switch, and we just have 3 puck lights that are up there, all battery operated. And you come down and there is a Lavio dry flush toilet, and that can has some kitty litter in it. We found that with the dry flush toilet, if you're just going to tinkle it, it works best if you sprinkle some kitty litter in with it and let it absorb it. It keeps it all wrapped up. And I will show you how this works if you've never seen how one of these works. If you remember the old diaper genies, it works similar to that. And you push this little button, and it just twists up your business and hides it in a layer and prepares it for the next layer. So that's our bathroom. Then we come over here to where the couch is. It is a love seat sofa bed. It sits pretty close to the floor, and the mattress is pretty firm, so that's why we got a mattress topper, to make it a little bit more comfortable to sleep in. Lindsay picked out the lights, and then we have a shelf over here with with some coat hooks, but the coat hooks are set far enough to the front that they don't get in the way of the light. When you deal with a small space, that's what you have to deal with. And we'll just turn on the lights and back it up and let you see it. And we have as we go through, we have a small TV stand that sits fairly low to the ground so we can see the TV screen well. And I'll just sit over here on the couch, and this is the view of the TV from the couch. And then we have this set to where you can slide it. I screwed the TV onto the stand so it wouldn't fall off while you move it around, and it just slides back next to the wall when it's not in use. And you see that there's plugs in weird places. We left all the existing electronics, the plugs and switches, where they were, just used what was already here. Took the plywood ceiling and we put tongue and groove pine to make the new ceiling. And there'll be some pictures of what this looked like before we started, and also some pictures of the bed, of the sofa made out into a bed in the photo tour that we'll post as well. So there it is. There's a sunflower house, all 8 by 12 feet in its full glory. Thanks for watching.